Okay, hello everybody. Got a piece of honeysuckle here. I'm going to make a walking stick out of. First thing you got to do is to strip the bark off of it so that the wood will dry and become strong. Using a Stanley 151 spoke shave, a little portable vise. You set it for the desired depth of cut. You do have to let this dry after you trim this bark off of it so it won't bend on you and break. Why did I choose honeysuckle? Because it is what was growing out from underneath a pine tree from my neighbors. And it was on my side of their tree, and the tree is right on the line. And this thing was hanging way over on my side. I thought I'd cut it down just to get rid of it. And I found some pieces that were strong enough or straight enough that I figured I could do this with. I already made one. You already seen my one. I called it the honeysuckle rose. Little play on terms. I believe there was a song like that way back in the day. These not only make a good walking stick to help keep your balance, but to defend yourself if you're out hiking and an animal or the two-legged or four-legged kind decides to attack. You can use this to defend yourself. It's a little bit small in diameter, it can be called a staff, but in a pinch, it'll do. There's a few knots in it. But what piece of wood doesn't have knots in it? Now the first ones I did, I actually used an angle grinder on it, and it just chewed the wood up way quicker than I'd like. Which is why I'm doing it with the spoke shave today. I like to control the depth of cut a little bit better than I can with an angle grinder. I'll get most of the sapwood off of it, the bark and the sapwood. As you can see here, Just a little bit in there. But that'll sand off easy enough just by putting some 150 grit sandpaper on, wrap around there and just rubbing it back and forth. Now, normally I do this, I got some music going in the background, but YouTube doesn't like me to have some of the music that I like to listen to on it because it says it's a copyright infringement. So to keep my channel going, I got to abide by the rules. Look at that. Sanding will also get these little nicks out of it. Not the nicks, but the shave marks. It does make a little bit of a mess, but this is woodworking. Who does woodworking without making a mess? So we just do what we can and have fun doing it. There's a fellow in Arkansas, I don't remember the name of his channel, but he's kind of the one that got me into doing this. Instead of paying $25, $30 for a generic walking stick at a country store somewhere, which is probably made very similar to this. Maybe with hand tool, maybe with power tools. And they're nice, don't get me wrong, they're nice. But then you got to remove the finish off of them to personalize them. So, you can make a mess on the floor. I had the garage door open, but the lighting was so bright behind it that it just washed out everything here. So I had to close the door. If it gets too warm, I got a fan. I can blow some air through here. Supposed to get up in the 90s today here in Southwest Ohio. The northern part of Southwest Ohio, I'm up in the Dayton area. As opposed to some folks I know that are down in Cincinnati that watch my channel. Give a shout out to you guys. Ray and Sandy, enjoy what you guys do. Hope you guys like this. We got a nice channel. He does some neat things. So check them out, Ray and Sandy's woodworking. They're pretty good. Then again, if you've been following any of this stuff, you got to look at the big guys. Matt Carves, for all the carving stuff, Amy Jo, Electric Woodler, all of those guys. Of course, Carving Fusion. That's Jordy's site. He's from up in the North Country. But don't hold that against him. He's a good fellow and he's got a lot to teach you. So I'll call this episode Birth of a Walking Stick. Doesn't have the harvesting of it, but it's got the prep work. I'll probably carve something on here, and then I'll finish it off with a paracord wrap for grip. So it's also not just a walking stick, but it's a survival stick. Because it'll probably have about 20 foot of paracord on it that can be taken off and used in a survival situation when you need to create a shelter or something along that line. You can see I'm just cleaning it up, trying to give it a good cleaning anyways. I really need to find something to hold this better. Something a little bit better to hold these things, such as a shave horse. It's a project that I want to build eventually. I want to get my pole barn built. And you'll see this stick, it's got a bit of a curve to it. Not too awful bad. But if somebody can find a source of very straight honeysuckle, you got yourself a farm that's growing this stuff and supporting this stuff so it doesn't grow crooked. This is all natural, grown up from underneath a pine tree. Which means it's going to have a bunch of bends in it. Just go back over it, try to clean up all that sapwood that's still on it. Jaws on this thing have, the rubber inserts for the jaws have seen better days. So here you go, cleaned up piece of honeysuckle. The rest of that will come off with some sanding. And here it is. Here's the height of it. It's a good, pretty close to a 90-degree sight here like you're supposed to have. You need to hold it that way or this way. Haven't decided which one I'm going to use to carve it. Anyways, take care, guys. Take care, have good carving, and keep your tools sharp.